This is a HeadGum podcast.
This episode of If I Were You is brought to you by...
Cool new announcer voice.
Thanks, man. Squarespace. Squarespace.com. Squarespace makes it easy to build a website.
Yeah.
So building a website is hard to do.
Right.
You have to know how to computer.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to computer. You don't know how to computer. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But if you want to make a website that looks professional and beautiful, all you got to do is go to squarespace.com. Trust us. Millions of people trust them. So you already know that people are using it and enjoying it, and they're satisfied with the results. And why shouldn't they be?
Yeah, dude. Go look at the sample websites that they got up. They are nice looking.
It's really, really nice. It's intuitive. It's easy to use. And not only that, but you'll get a free domain name if you sign up for a whole year.
Not bad.
So you sign up for a Squarespace site for a whole year, and they'll throw in a free domain name. I know what you're thinking. All the good domain names are taken. I'm here to tell you that that's not the case.
Yeah.
Jake and I, every time we endorse Squarespace, give out 2 available domain names that you can purchase if you act fast.
Dangleman.com is a good one.
Yeah, that one's gone
we
now.
Gave out. That's a great website now.
Koi Oil is also taken.
Koi Oil, that's a really good one.
My suggestion for today,
yeah.
juicycats.com.
I'm surprised that's not taken.
juicycats.com. Wouldn't you think that would be a website already?
I do. It's for cats that are spectacularly juicy.
In a juicy specific way. I would say that's what you would use the domain name for.
Cats.
Yeah, what about you? What's your website?
My website today is DanteStoleMyWife.com.
What are you talking about?
I think it's a pretty good website name.
So what are you talking about?
DanteStoleMyWife.com.
So this is for someone whose wife was stolen
by a
specifically
guy named Dante. It's a good website if someone named Dante stole your wife.
Right.
And if this Dante is in your life as sort of a thief, you would say Dante stole my wife. Also available is Dante stole my fife. If Dante
good.
also steals your
whatever he
fife.
steals from you that rhymes with like. So if Dante is in your life, Dante stole your wife, Dante stole your fife.
And you know what? If your fife or your wife were your whole entire world, you could say Dante stole my life.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, or like your life cereal.
Yeah, that's true.
To build anything on DanteStoleMyWife.com or anything else, go to Squarespace.com and use our coupon code IFIWEREYOU at checkout to get 10% off their already low price. So you go to Squarespace.com/IFIWEREYOU, get 10% off. You can create a blog, a portfolio, a online store. Check them out, Squarespace.com. Squarespace, build it beautiful. This episode was a fun one. We had 2 lovely guests on, Laura and Angela.
Correct, from our very own podcast network.
Yeah, they have their own sort of advice show called the This Is Why You're Single.
Right.
And so we thought we'd team up to offer the most epic advice known to man. 2 guys,
and
2 ladies, all in one epic advice off.
Yeah, it was a competition.
It didn't
Amir
really...
and I did lose.
We always lose. We should also mention that we're going to have a bonus Thursday episode this Thursday.
Very nice.
And it's going to be sponsored entirely, brought to you by exclusively one partner, and that's Ballpark.
Oh,
so if you guys have any questions for us, tweet them at us to just either at Jake and Amir or at Jake Hurwitz. We're going to try to answer as many questions as possible in a lightning round fashion. Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to try to answer your questions that have been tweeted to us with hashtag tough and tender. If you guys forget, I'm sure I'll tweet about it tomorrow. So thank you to Squarespace. Thank you to Laura and Angela. Thank you to Ballpark for sponsoring our bonus Thursday episode this week. Let's get started with this show. Things did indeed get real.
For sure.
Enjoy. Bye.
It's a show. It's a motherfucking advice podcast. Only one on the internet. Hosted by Jake and Amir. Oh, the things you will know if you listen to this advice podcast. Download it on the internet. Type it into your browser. If I were you, 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 the show starts now.
Austin Archer.
Who?
Austin Archer.
Dude, I like that.
A singer-songwriter, actor type living in NYC.
That was
Dude.
really good.
You guys live in
Triumphant.
NYC.
We do.
We do. Did you pick it on purpose?
No, I picked it because I love Irish punk rock.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like once.
Yeah. And that we should only listen to it one time. I mean, give it a break.
I write songs about my dog. We could jam together.
Actually, sure.
Does he
Yeah.
like
Do you
to
want
write songs about dogs?
Do you know how to play a guitar?
I do.
Do you want to sing a song about your dog?
I
Oh
thought
my
you said
God.
that was a fake guitar that was blow up.
That was
it was
because we didn't want to
inflatable.
play it on your podcast.
We should tell everybody that's listening who the heck you guys are, just in case they
guess.
don't know. If they don't know, now they know. It's Laura and Angela.
Hi.
Hello.
Y'all not only have a book coming out and a podcast. Sorry,
On your network.
On our net. So I shouldn't say you not only have a podcast, but you have a book coming out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same name for everything.
You wanted their
Yes.
bigger accomplishment to be that have a podcast on our network.
Yeah. Both of them are called This Is Why You're Single, right?
Correct.
And it's sort of like a female If I Were You. It's like a different angle on the same theme, which is giving advice.
Although we were listening to your we listen to your podcast every week, but like your guys' advice is so on point.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
I hope ours is as good as yours, but I don't.
I mean, we
feel
should
like
say
our
that.
views are. I feel like our views are really similar.
We wrote an advice book. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well,
You guys are really good
plug.
at advice.
Sorry.
This Is Why You're Single, also a book available.
Yeah, our book's really funny.
You can buy it right now on Amazon, would you say?
Yeah, you can pre-order it on Amazon,
Yeah.
Barnes and Noble. If you go
It'll
to
come-
thisiswhyyou'resinglebook.com.
Boom.
Bam.
It's
Just
that
in
easy.
time- It'll come December 8th, just in time for the holidays.
Yeah.
So
Jake
give
and
it
I
to your friends.
Jake and I do hope that we give good advice, but sometimes it's at the end of the day, it's two 30-something-year-old white dudes talking. So we can only give it from our point of view. So I'm kind of excited to have two ladies on the show.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Two white ladies.
We'll try to. Well,
You
baby
didn't have to
Right.
tell the listeners.
Laura's Asian.
Know what you're getting into.
So if I found at least a few questions that maybe Jake and I wouldn't necessarily answer because they're coming from a female point of view that hopefully you guys
That's so
can provide.
thoughtful that you sifted through all the mail to find
Yeah,
no,
questions
it was
tailored
all
for
Amir.
us.
Well, I did a Google search for slut questions.
Oh,
and then,
really?
Yeah, no. Although one of them is about sluts, or at least the word slut. Where I'm like, it's probably I don't feel as comfortable answering this question without any girls in the room. So I'm happy that you guys are here.
Whenever I say that word,
Little chaperone.
I'll be like, oh, that's something like a slut. I'm like, wait, no, stop. That's anti-feminist. Why do I say that
Yeah,
word? Don't say that
that's
word.
no more
Stop
slut shaming.
it. Don't slut shame.
That's a new thing. Is like I'm
Yes.
seeing videos and stuff that I made like in the early 2000s, and the word bitch is used a lot, and the word slut is used a lot, and it makes me cringe now.
Yeah,
And-
I try not to use that word. Although I
Yeah.
use the word bitch a lot, but in like a positive way. I'm like,
Hey, bitches.
I'm like, that bitch was so smart. Yeah. I'm like, that bitch's skirt is so cute.
Oh, so you're turning it. Isn't that like kind of what the N word was? It's
Right,
like they
we're
started
taking it
using
back.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
in a
yeah,
positive
no,
spin.
maybe. I don't.
Or,
I don't know if
or maybe just
This is another thing white
women
people should
hating
be
other
talking
women.
about on a
Yeah.
podcast.
Let me speak with very much validity about what the N word means to
Yeah, I'm
me.
like, I don't know. I don't be the authority on the word bitch.
Actually, since we're already in the zone of it, do you guys mind if I read this quote unquote slut question?
Well, you haven't
first?
explained what the show is.
Oh.
We
Oh,
sort of did.
Yeah, it's an advice podcast. It's called If I Were You. It's actually the only advice podcast on the internet hosted by Jake and I.
Really?
And people will write into the show at iwereyoushow@gmail.com seeking our guidance. Sometimes it's just Jake and I, and sometimes we have very wise friends with us. Today we have Laura and Angela from the very hilarious, very popular This Is Why You're Single podcast.
Thanks. You guys were our first endorsement for our book.
Oh.
The very first ones we got.
And
You
then-
guys wrote back right away.
It's almost sad how quickly you wrote back, actually.
Yeah. I was like, don't they have a lot going on? That was really nice of them.
You emailed me 9 different quotes and then called.
We treat our email inbox like a to-do list. So if we don't get back to you right away, it'll be weeks.
No, that's how I am. I like to just check stuff off my list.
Yeah. So why don't we check this question off
Yeah.
the list?
That was such a good segue.
Yeah, that was
Oh my
great.
God, I'm dead. No, okay. This is another part of our show. We give even though these are real emails from real people, we're going to give them a fake name to preserve their anonymity. So we're not actually going to call these people out. Angela, do you have a fake name for this question?
For the slut question?
Yeah.
Moop doggity dog.
I was going
that
to go
doesn't
through
come out
famous
till late-
sluts in
till
history,
later.
but
Oh, that could be good.
I don't know.
Okay.
Who's
yeah.
history's most famous slut?
I don't know.
Like King Henry
Cleopatra.
King Henry the Sixth's second wife. Didn't she made him like leave his wife?
Yeah, she was a trollop.
She made him leave his wife to like hook up
We
with
can't
her.
say slut. Is
Who
trollop?
was her? I watched The Tudors, but now I can't remember.
There's no trollop shaming on this show.
I learned all of my history
Scarlet
from
Let's call her Scarlet. That's a whore's name. No. I say that tongue-in-cheekly. You're great.
Tongue-in-cheek. Scarlett writes, so my last relationship, which ended around 8 months ago, was quite a shit show. It was both amazing and emotionally intimate, while still leaving a shit stain on my life. Anyway, when shit started really hitting the fan, he left me for his best friend, but then wanted to get back with me, but then didn't want to hurt her by breaking up. Whatever, it's a long, stupid story. He started insulting and blaming me for things that went wrong in our relationship, which he did while we were dating too. This wasn't new. And calling me names, his favorite of which was slut.
Wait, why is she the slut when he's the one that like hooked up with?
Oh, it gets worse. Don't worry about that.
All right.
A little bit more. Now, this was a problem when we were dating as well. A few weeks into our relationship, he learned that I had racked up a decent amount of guys I had made out with or done more with for the past year. He'd only kissed 3 girls in his life, including me. Meanwhile, he was my 18th person that year. Now, I adamantly made it really clear to him that I only had sex once with an old boyfriend of 6 months. So it wasn't like I was going around fucking guys. I would just have some innocent fun with a guy, and purposefully I wouldn't date them or get emotionally attached. So it wasn't like it's not like he wasn't special as a boyfriend. And I never touched their dick. I was adamant to him about that.
God.
Nothing under the pants. He was really passive-aggressive the entire time we were dating, saying that he was fine, but then he would use it against me if I hung out with my guy friends. Now, back to this shit hitting the fan, eventually I started getting defensive, specifically about the slut thing. He knew I had problems with intimacy, but he degraded my body anyway, saying things like how everyone got a piece of it and that I was planning to, quote, give myself away to all my guy friends too, which is very false. When I told him that he knew I only had sex with one person, he said that you don't have to have sex to be a slut.
Oh my God.
And that I was a slut with what I was
punch
doing.
This guy in the face.
And it was disgusting, and that I should be ashamed of myself, etc., etc. My question is it still considered quote unquote slutty if you aren't fucking? I mean, I know this guy was a dick, but I kind of wonder if he has a point. Because of how close and honest we once were and how distant and bitter we became, I'm not entirely sure how to interpret this. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, love, Scarlett.
Am I the only one that's going to side with the dude on this one?
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I mean,
capital
18.
What? Above the
And I mean,
pants.
I know she was adamant about not touching the D, but you can't trust a floozy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just glad her question wasn't like, so do you think we have a future?
At the very least, she did realize this guy was a mean, terrible human.
I mean, listen, as you were reading that question, all of us were like cringing, trying to jump into her defense like midway through the email.
Don't talk to me again. Stop.
This guy's so
horrible.
Yeah.
This is why you don't talk about your number.
Okay.
Also.
But no, also, even if she touched 18 Ds
Right.
in
It
1
shouldn't
year.
matter. Yeah. This is just his insecurity.
Right. That's all on him.
Yeah, he's obviously a jealous, mean, bad person.
And he also hasn't gotten God knows he's tried to hook up with more than 3 people.
Oh,
Right.
And like,
easily.
just the fact that he hasn't.
You're never just
why
3 for
has
3.
he not? Because he's a douchebag.
Yeah, he's a real doucher.
But the question is, specifically, is it considered slutty, quote unquote, if you aren't fucking? Do you consider that let's just get rid of the word slutty because that has a negative connotation.
Right.
Okay.
What's a more accurate, less negative word?
That's a really
for,
good
quote,
question.
unquote,
What is an
slutty?
appropriate word?
Is sleazy?
Loose.
Overly promiscuous.
Oh, promiscuous.
Promiscuous is pretty good.
Man, all right.
See, that's why I don't
We
sound
wrote a
real
book.
clear.
I feel really conflicted about this because I feel like you should be able to do whatever you want. You should be able to hook up with how many people you want. But yeah, I guess if you're like,
As long as it's not under the pants.
yeah, if you've got like a
There
loose,
has to be a line, Laura.
Yeah, and that
That's
line is
true.
a zipper.
yeah, but I guess if you were like going to describe a friend, like, is she prude or is she like more loose? Like, yeah, you can definitely be loose if you have, right?
Oh, now you're getting uncomfortable.
I
Imagine how I
know.
feel.
I mean, I know that like it would get in my head if I was dating somebody who had a really high number. It would like freak me out, but not to the point where I would like not date them or be
But that's
like,
not the
you're like
but the question is like,
Is it slutty?
is it slutty?
Is it
Is it loose to like
It's like-
make out with a ton of dudes and like kind of mess around?
I
mean-
think though it's just a matter of semantics, right? It is promiscuous to have lots of partners, but is that a bad thing?
by
Right,
definition it's promiscuous.
I think it is promiscuous, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean,
Right.
like, and like he
Yeah.
should be stoked. Like she got a ton of practice.
Thank you. Like so, all these. So yeah, some people can say promiscuous, and some people can say slutty. It sort of matters. Her question is it slutty? It might be considered slutty in the eyes of some people, but are those people the kinds of people that you want to be your boyfriend?
That's a great question.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great point.
What about her follow-up question, which is, sorry, this is pretty much the main one. How close and honest is there anything negative? Like, there's this idea that guys always lie up about their number and girls like to lie.
Yeah, what is
Yeah, I
the deal
hate
with the
that.
trending
number?
down?
No, guys should be stoked. I mean, as long as they don't have any diseases, like, shouldn't you be like, great, she learned some new moves?
Right, but do you find yourself as a lady not wanting to sleep with? Because as
Do
a
you
girl,
care
you could
about a guy's
probably
number? Do you care about a guy's number?
Yes, and I wish I didn't. Like,
Oh.
I've asked what the number is.
Yeah,
I want to
you
know out
never
of,
wanna know.
out of curiosity.
You never really need to know.
I mean, I was just
Do you want it to be lower because that makes you more special, or do you want it to be
Yes.
higher because it's like, oh, I'm sleeping with a guy who's good at this? Like, I don't want to play
kind of like
basketball with Jake.
I want like a
Right.
middle number, because if it's like
That's
too
a totally unrelated thing.
yeah, if it's like
I just don't like you.
yeah, if it's too high. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like
then I
if
even,
I'm going to-
then I even hate that I like want a certain number, because I feel like I don't want men to judge.
What's the
women.
perfect number?
Right.
That's a great question.
14. But like, if I'm going to a restaurant, I want my chef to have prepared 1,000 meals. Why is it not that with
Because
a
but
you also
sexual
don't wanna
partner?
go-
Well, I do
isn't
feel
like
weird.
that.
If it's like 0 and you're like 30, I'm not saying that.
Oh, so you're saying it could be too low?
Well, it's
I
like
think you want to
I
have a
wouldn't-
similar average, like similar number.
I would
Close.
just be like
Oh.
curious about why what happens.
Right,
Like
who
I'd just
were
be
you?
suspicious.
I guess that-
but
I
I,
think
wouldn't
maybe-
necessarily
Yeah, you're
not
right.
go for it.
I think maybe the it's not necessarily like the amount. It's sort of like, does the number coincide with the kind of person you think
Right.
that is?
Yeah.
So if you're dating somebody and you think she's very sweet and innocent, and you say, like, how many people have you slept with? I'll tell you my number. And she's like, oh, 915.
Right.
And you're like, oh, fuck, you are
Yeah.
not who I thought you were.
Yeah, it's all about expectations. At
Yeah,
that
that's
point.
true.
I like the idea of it wanting it to be close to your number.
Yeah, because you want to be like a similar level of experience, I guess.
But like at a certain point, isn't it sex?
Yeah, it
it's
shouldn't
not about
even matter.
experience. Like I could have had sex with 100 people or 50 people, and I'm probably going to be roughly the same at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be real, I have like the opposite problem. I have kind of a low number, and sometimes I feel the need to lie up with
Whoa.
guys.
Wow.
Because I feel like they think like there's something wrong with me, and there's not. I was a late bloomer, whatever, guys, whatever. It's kind of.
But if
No,
I'm
that
just-
actually makes a lot of sense to me
Whatever, guys,
because
it's all good,
I've
it's
been
cool.
with people that I like when I found out that they have not had sex with a lot of people, or like in one instance I found out that they hadn't had sex with anybody. I like really freaked out and I had wanted nothing to do with
Right.
it because I'm like in my head as a
lot of
guy I'm like,
pressure.
oh yeah, this person only has sex when it really means something,
Right.
and I don't want to have anything meaningful right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a stigma.
Well, that's just because Jake didn't want to have anything meaningful. But if you wanted to, if you were with someone that and it was meaningful, then maybe you should tell him, because then maybe he'll be actually honored.
That's another
What
reason
number
why
did you
it
lie?
does
What
freak people
gamble?
out.
What number did you say when you lied?
58.
Yeah, I figured I'd play it safe.
58.
I was like, I'm not gonna say because I'll give away my real
But
number.
I know because I already saw you started to mouth the word. All right.
Yeah. I saw the.
It
I saw
definitely
the teeth
started
hit the
with
lower
an F
lip.
or an S. You know, every number starts with an F or an S. It's kind of an interesting linguistic
It was
fact.
a. It was a
Don't
letter. It
double
was a
check,
letter
too.
that starts with the mouth closed.
Or what about the first number?
What a
One.
funny clue that is. I'm a certain age, and to pronounce the age, your mouth has to be closed.
Has to be
How
in this
old
shape.
am I? Porty poor. So the number, quote unquote, is kind of a secret thing that shouldn't matter, but kind of does.
There's some weight to it.
Right. So when
I
you're
hate
with
that it
someone, do you
matters.
ask, do you know, do you want to know? How often do you know and how often do you not know?
I asked, and then he's like, "Why does it matter?"
Oh, that means a lot.
That's what you say when there's a lot.
And then, but then
It
he
matters
told me, but then he
because
didn't
you
ask me
won't tell
back.
me.
I was really glad. I was like, yeah, I like having my. It's good to have your own.
Do you know
little
your
mystery.
specific number?
Yes.
Do you keep? So you,
Is it a number where your mouth needs to be closed?
is it 69? Do you keep a running tab or like an Excel spreadsheet?
No, I'm married now, guys.
But like, how many times have you had sex with your husband?
Yeah.
I write it in my calendar every time it happens.
You have to have a diary.
The thing is, with girls, they could sleep with pretty much as many guys as they want. So that number is kind of less meaningful. With guys, it's like an accomplishment. Look how many girls I've tricked into boning me. That's what that number means. With girls, it's like,
Right, but
yeah,
you
you
mean-
can
you
sleep
mean
with a
because-
new guy every day. It's not that impressive.
Because
if you
guys
slept
have like
with
a
X.
lower standard. Are you saying that like they'll just sleep with anybody?
Yes.
Well, I'm saying guys are
correct.
often trying to sleep with women, and it feels like women are often trying to choose which guy they accept advances from.
Right.
Right.
Do you guys feel
Women-
like that as women, or is that just something
but
we're
it's more
projecting?
because of like you don't want the guy to like judge you.
Right. That's what you get hung up on. It's not like, oh, should I sleep with this guy or this guy?
Girls
It's
like having
should I
sex. Girls
sleep with
want
this
to
guy?
have
No.
sex. Like
yeah.
most of the time, if you go to a bar and you're like making out with a girl, she probably wants to have sex with you.
But she's thinking, or are you
Yeah,
saying
she's
that
like,
she's
but I
thinking
want to
that-
hear from him
and
again.
and she doesn't want to come across as
So-
easy or like a slut or like if she's really truly interested in you and wants to date you
Right.
long term, then she's not going to probably not do it.
Right, but that doesn't register with guys. If a
Right.
guy's making out with a girl, he's not thinking, "Ooh, I probably shouldn't sleep with her tonight because then she won't call me."
Right.
right.
Well, yeah, definitely. We're just thinking we want to sleep with them.
Right.
And also,
I mean, would you judge a girl if she slept with you the first night you guys met?
No.
if you had like a great date before that and like
no, I would not. But also, I understand, I wouldn't judge them, but I get tired of things really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's definitely value in not sleeping with me the first time because then it makes me like pine for somebody. It makes me want them
Yeah,
more.
guys like
I
the
definitely
chase.
understand that.
But here's
You'll
the
just
thing.
get tired later.
The hunter-gatherer thing.
So then the other option is she makes you wait, and then there will always be the date where it does happen, and then you'll lose interest then.
Right.
So
But
what's
it
the
dep-
point
no,
of
it dep-
dating,
No,
going
but
on
then- but
3
then
dates?
but then maybe you're hooked by then.
Yeah,
oh, like
'cause,
she's just trying to trick you into falling for her by the time
not
she gives
She's not
tricking
tricking
you.
you. She's just saying like, hey, maybe after 4 or 5 dates, you'll actually like me as a person. So
Exactly.
So like the trick is
I can dupe you into thinking I'm cool.
right. And if I sleep with you tonight, you won't even give me that opportunity.
Exactly.
right
So that is the advice for ladies, right?
I guess so.
is to wait.
Unfortunately.
Have
Yeah, it's
ladies given you
unfortunate.
that advice? Is that a lady to lady advice?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're like, don't sleep with him. Like, because, yeah, it's what, I don't know.
we also we say like do what
you do
feels
you.
right
Do it- yeah.
because there are men that are not like Jake.
Really?
We'll just-
Come back even though
Yeah,
you
well-
sleep with them for the first time.
Yeah.
Night.
Yeah, like you should own your sexuality.
Yep. It is interesting because a guy has never given me the advice of don't sleep with her, even though you can. Make her wait. So
Right.
what's the difference there?
Well, I think it's because there's like this perception that like once you sleep with her, she'll be hooked on you. Where it's like the opposite for women. There's the perception that like once you sleep with him, he will be over it. Like he's won his conquest.
That's interesting.
So it's like the opposite perception for men and women.
That is kind of true, though. It's like in a super basic, mean way. Like once you've slept with a girl, you've quote unquote beat the video game. Like you're not.
So sad. Ugh.
But
Barf.
that it's a sad reality. But I do get
You
that
think
sense.
that's true?
I don't necessarily think it's true, but I feel like it is for some people. Yeah, like oh, I've already slept with her. I don't necessarily need to go out with her again. Like you said,
Yeah, that
they'll
sucks.
quote unquote lose interest.
They shouldn't though. Like sex is different every time. Like it could, ugh.
Yeah, and it gets better with age.
And better with the
Right.
more you do it with the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could play lots of different video games. Like I've seen the boss in Sonic the Hedgehog plenty of times.
Right. It's
always
like
great.
Settlers of Catan. You should get the like warriors and like barbarians,
that's
like
interesting.
special.
Oh, the
Sex is-
expansion pack.
Think of
Right.
sex
The
as a board
special-
game, not
yeah.
a video game. So
Right.
like you
Like
can play a
apples to
board game.
apples, there's like the 80s add-on pack.
or Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah,
oh,
Trivial
Cards
Pursuit.
Against
And you
Humanity.
can play
Yeah.
with multiple people, like more and more folks. And
Like
it's-
you've slept with me, but you haven't slept with me. Simpsons edition.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is
Right.
like when I dress
Now
up
you guys
as
get it.
Marge.
right.
So, is it still considered "quote unquote" slutty? Don't
Well,
use the word slutty.
it's
You're
never.
saying it
that's
wrong.
the
I feel like we
yeah.
came up with that. It's never considered slutty except for in somebody else's eyes.
In somebody
Right.
else's eyes, and then that person is probably someone you like should not want to be with.
Right. But I feel like I've been called a man whore before.
And how did you feel about that?
Fine.
Was
But
it Do you like that stigma?
I did.
Do you like that title?
It didn't really bother me, I guess. But then it was also.
But you were probably
I'm
at a
not
time
equating
in your
it, like,
life
I'm
when
sure
you
that-
like, yeah, you like were like fine with it. You were like, yeah, it's true because I don't want to settle down.
Right. I guess I'm not dealing with the same level of shame as women have to when they hear the word slut.
There's
like man
also-
whore is almost sort of like mockingly.
Right.
compliment.
Like
Yeah,
adorable.
exactly.
Like you scamp.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. There's also a difference between a stranger calling, or like a friend calling you a man whore, and then like somebody that you dated calling you a slut. It's like, well,
Yeah,
you dated me.
Yeah, I think
You know,
somebody,
Like, yeah, people
somebody
you
You know,
dated
like,
not having
like if you
respect
think
for
I'm
is
so gross
low.
and horrible, then why are you
someone
such
you
were
love
you with
insulting
me?
you is really.
It's
really
so
Yeah.
harsh.
awful.
Yeah, if any of my exes call me that, I'd
Yeah.
be like,
It's like
heartbroken.
Yeah, either get over it and date me, or think I'm a slut and don't date me. But
yeah,
you can't
but
do
don't,
both.
Don't
Right.
say it. Yeah.
What about girl on girl slut shaming? Does that happen? Where
Yes, it
girls
happens.
girls
Yeah,
are judgy.
Unfortunately,
What do you think is worse? Or I mean, not like worse in the world. What's a bigger problem? Guys slut shaming or girls slut
or
shaming?
poverty.
Or the war in Syria?
yeah, that's a good question.
It's all about context. I feel like it's case by case.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's like women should support other women, but
Sure.
it depends if I like the girl or not.
Oh God,
Like if she's
that's
like
a bad answer.
no, if she's like a mean, bitchy slut.
Do you, when you see a girl like that that's sleeping around with a lot of dudes,
Mm-hmm.
do you look down on her?
Well, I had a friend like growing up, and for whatever reason, I mean, now I realize it was like a low self-confidence thing, but she would flirt and try to hook up with like every friend's like boyfriend, or even if she wouldn't like end up hooking up, she'd be like, we'd be at the beach, she'd be like in her bathing suit, just like totally on top of like whoever's boyfriend it was that was there. And she did this like every single friend.
It's like a
And we were
power
like,
thing.
She's an effing slut. Yeah, it was like a power thing. She wanted to know that like if she had the chance, she could get every one of our guys. Like she, it was
That
almost like
resonates with me.
So
Yeah.
you're the slut.
I am. Yeah, that makes a lot
which
of
is
sense.
why you were called that.
right.
yeah. So she was like a horrible person,
Right.
but like she needed it for like her own validation. So in that
think
case,
that-
I'd be like, yeah, little slew.
But yeah.
Yo, you wouldn't say the
Get
T.
away from our men.
You know what? If you have a really nice friend that sleeps with a lot of people,
Then
then,
I'm
you
all
don't
about
call
it.
them a slut.
Absolutely
So I
not.
think it's just a word
It's context.
that people use, like that women will use towards other women in place of like bitch.
Which is
Yeah,
another word
whatever.
you're not supposed
Like
to
if I
use.
have
Right.
if I have a friend that hooks up with a lot of guys and she's not looking for a long term relationship and she's just like owning it, I'm like, get it, girl. Like
Right.
use protection and you get it.
So I don't know that the problem is that you're like, oh, she's sleeping with so many people.
No, it's not. It's like the context.
It's
Like-
just like I don't like that girl, and she's sleeping with a lot of people.
Yes.
Oh, so that's
Yeah,
now
yeah.
she's a slut.
Now she's a
Right.
slut.
It's like I don't like that person and they're fat, so you would call them a fat.
Right, exactly. But if you like love a person and they're fat, you're
It's
just like
they're
they're
jolly.
Cuddly little teddy
great
bear.
for their size.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So yeah.
Cool.
Decided.
I think we dissected. I like the word slew, which is like slut without the T.
Yeah.
Not any of the harsh
Slew.
commitment.
Yeah, or sleuth maybe. It's like your sleuth shaming, which
very
is
Or
fine.
soothsayer.
Yeah, or soothsayer. I'd say this lady was not being a soothsayer.
I don't think so.
No.
She
She
could
wasn't
have
even
touched
with
the
that guy
D.
when she was doing that. I mean,
You could have
like,
touched as many D's as you wanted to, and it would have been right.
All right, should we go on to the next question, which is about a girl, but written from a dude? Laura, do you have a fake guy's name?
Barnaby.
That's a great
I
name.
like that a lot.
Is that a name? I don't want to name this after a potential future child name that you have. In your
Nope,
heart.
it's not. I would
Okay.
never name my kid Barnaby in a million years.
Just a guy named Barnaby listening
Just
to this.
Janica and Danica.
It's like, yeah, he would be like, he would have to own a circus.
Yeah, and have a cape.
And that was before he was your child.
Yeah, exactly.
Barnaby writes, Hey guys, I'm 17 and in a confusing relationship. I've been dating my girlfriend for 3 months. We met in summer camp last year, and we had a crush on each other. She's hot, has great boobs, and loves to straddle me. She lives in New Jersey, and I live in Long Island, so the commute isn't the best, but I like her a lot. The only problem is she's an absolute lunatic. She's a very defensive person, meaning that if I make one negative comment about her, she starts yelling at me and threatening to break up with me. She had a falling out with her camp friends who I became really good friends with this summer. They all tell me that she's a psychopath and that she's manipulative, and I'm starting to see that now. She constantly gives me hickeys to remind the girls at school that I'm taken. She also
How old are these?
17. She also recently texted me that if I ever cheated on her, she would, quote, make me regret it. What does that even mean? Should I be concerned? Is she really insane in the membrane, or does she just really like me and is acting like a normal girlfriend? Do either of you have a psychotic ex? Any advice would be appreciated. Thanks.
Oh my God, I love this.
I know.
This is such a good question.
Similar to the last one in that psychotic and slut are words that get thrown at women a lot.
Yeah, which is bad. Like, oh, what a crazy bitch. Yeah.
Right. So
He also
hate
didn't
that.
specify what the negative comments are he's saying to her are.
Right.
Because he
I'm
said,
calling her a slut.
yeah, he's like, every time I call her a slut, she gets all crazy in her head.
yeah, this is the boyfriend from the first question.
Yeah.
And maybe he's like, I'll cheat on you. And she's like, you'll regret it if you do. But he's like only leaving the part that like she says you'll regret it.
Do you know any crazy girlfriends like this? Crazy girls like this? Are you friends with
Who
them?
knows? Maybe somebody's out there calling me a psychopathic lunatic.
Right. How do you know?
I really think that that's one of the most damning things a guy or a girl could say. It's worse than slut. It's worse than bitch. I think calling a woman crazy
Yes.
is
Right.
like, when I hear that, I write somebody off so quickly.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I can't deal with that. She's crazy. Like, that's worse than any of the words.
Because like 99.9% of the time, they're like 100% not crazy. They're just like
Right.
being
I
a
don't
normal girlfriend.
I also, I don't think people are ever, I mean, well, there are crazy people in the world, but
Right.
it's very rare that somebody is a victim of someone else just being totally batshit crazy.
Right.
Like, they
Yes.
have to be a little bit crazy too. You have to be a little bit crazy to put yourself in a relationship.
Crazy attracts crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's crazy guys and there's crazy girls. But let's assume for a second this is a crazy girl.
Okay.
Because it is a possibility that she is kind of
Sure.
a crazy. What makes some people act this way, whether it's a guy or a girl?
Insecurity.
Like threatening to
I mean,
leave?
she's clearly very nervous he's going to cheat on her, which is why she's leaving her mark.
The hickeys.
The hickey mark.
and straddling
I've
him all
gotten
the
some
time.
hickeys that I didn't want. I don't like the hickeys. Are you guys pro or anti-hickey?
I mean, I don't want them on me, but that's because I have to do like on camera stuff.
But I mean,
so
even when you
can't-
were a teen.
So in
Yeah,
college,
I mean, I give them really easily. Like, I'm just a.
you get them really
No,
easily.
I give them really
Oh.
easily without meaning to.
Yeah. So I had an
you
ex.
make a good suction.
Yeah.
I had an ex-boyfriend in college, and we had our post-relationship, which is the worst.
Yeah.
Where you're like still hooking up after you break up, whatever. So jokingly, I was like, I'm going to give you hickeys. So like nobody will date you. And then I accidentally gave him a hickey the size of like a fist on
Oh
his
my
neck.
God.
And then I was like really embarrassed that I was like, everyone knows I did that. And that's
Wait,
not.
the size of it. How big was your mouth up while you were sucking?
I don't know what happened.
She swallowed his head.
I think because I was joking, I was like, rah, 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 rah. And then it was like, it looked like somebody punched him in the neck. Like,
Oh, no.
so, and I remember like being in the cafeteria at school, like walking next to him and being like, I hope nobody puts this together.
I forget. How do you like get rid of hickeys? I don't even remember because it's been so long.
I use ice cube.
You have to
if
suck
rub
on the
an
other
ice
side.
Didn't they say like use a spoon or something?
I don't
So
know.
if
Isn't there like
one's
a
on-
cold spoon that you like rub on? Your
Yeah,
neck?
and something
There's nothing you can get
cold.
rid of a bruise.
What about Visine?
Oh.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of that. Can you put
You're thinking
Visine
of
on your
burst
skin?
blood vessels in your
skin.
eyes.
It's all the same thing, right?
I think not.
I think you have to blow on the other side of your body.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to make like an equal but opposite reaction. So if somebody could like sucks
Yeah,
your
and if
neck,
you waste enough time doing that, the hickey will go.
yeah, if it takes me 3 weeks to blow on my right knee. But like that's a funny story. That's basically like this story. So like this guy can be like, she's crazy. She wants to give me hickeys, and then I talk to her, and she's like, yeah, I was just joking around, and I gave him a hickey.
Right.
Or like people can't give you a hickey without you like staying still. So, like, he can stop her from giving him a
Yeah, he
hickey.
wasn't
If people
squirming
can't give you a
around.
hickey without him getting on a train from Long Island and going to New Jersey.
Yeah,
like he's so
exactly.
willingly in this relationship
so
and then
into
also
it.
complaining about her.
And hickeys feel good. Like, so he probably likes them. And then he's like, she keeps giving me hickeys. But then he's like, oh, yeah, girl, keep it going when she's, like, sucking on his neck.
I also kind of feel like this is an epidemic of people who are still in high school where
Yes.
you just put up with the worst relationship you imaginable because you were getting straddled for the first time.
Right.
You're like,
Well,
Yeah, I like
this
that
girl
he
has
said
nice
that-
boobs and she sits on my lap. So
did he describe her
Nothing else
personality
matters.
at all
Yeah.
other than crazy? He was like, she's great. She's got big boobs and she straddles me.
Yeah.
she's super hot. All of her friends hate her.
But that's what I said. Isn't that what I said once? That people stay in bad relationships because of sex. But you said you totally disagreed.
No, yeah, I don't, because they don't do it now. I think they do it when they're young.
Oh, so youngsters often do because they don't realize
Yeah,
that.
they
I
don't
think
know
what you
there's
said was,
better
like,
stuff out there.
Having sex is better than not having sex, and I think that that's true until you're like not 16 anymore.
I think it's true for even adults who can't necessarily have sex very easily, that when they do get it regularly, they're willing to deal with some crazy business for it.
No, I don't think sex is that important.
Ladies, weigh in.
I'm trying to think if, like, I've ever...
Sorry, weigh in if you agree with me. If not, change the topic. of
Oh, got
conversation.
it.
I'm not interested.
No, I agree. I think people
Thanks.
stay in...
All right, cool. So,
Oh, my God.
no, continue.
No, I think people stay in relationships, unfortunately, longer than they should. Like, I've seen so many crazy relationships.
They do, but because of sex?
I don't think anybody stays in a bad relationship because they're like, I won't get laid if I broke
No,
up.
no, that's true. It's more like I think they almost like the drama, weirdly. It's
Yeah.
like
Right.
it keeps their
Well,
life
it's-
interesting. It's like it gives them something else to like,
100%.
whether it's like escaping work or like thinking about other things, but they like the drama in their life and they keep it going because
See,
they're like,
I disagree with that. I hate drama, and I've stayed in dramatic relationships because
of the sex.
Because you like having regular sex?
and
There's
because
no way.
no, because breaking up is hard.
Right.
And it's
Okay.
like this temporary badness is fine because it's better than dealing with a breakup. So I think people stay in relationships for too long. One, because breaking up is hard, and two, because especially if it's your first relationship, this guy asked, "Is this normal?" If
Yeah,
you've
he just
only been in
doesn't know.
one,
Right. Yeah,
you
that's so
don't know
sad.
what's normal and what's not.
Well, so the answer for him is, whether or not this girl is crazy, is that it's not normal. Or it shouldn't be, to be in a
Right.
volatile relationship
No,
where
it's never
everybody is
normal.
telling you to break up with somebody. That's not normal.
Right. So
Now you can take that information and go do what you want with it. But we'll say that it's not normal.
Yeah, agreed.
I think you might as well get rid of this lady. I think the only way crazy people realize that they're being bad is if they're punished for their actions. Not punished like, I'm going to punish you, but it's negatively affecting. Like this girl is threatening, saying, if you cheat on me, I'll hurt you. So let's break up with her, and then she'll be like, oh, maybe that wasn't very good. This guy broke up with me. Maybe I should alter my situation going forward.
Yeah, if you're fighting more than things are peaceful, that's not normal. I mean, it's not normal for things to be perfect all the time either, but that
Yeah.
relationship sounds batshit crazy. The relationship does.
Oh,
not
that's
the lady.
good. Thank
you.
The relationship.
It takes two.
Crazy attracts crazy? Is that what you
Crazy attracts crazy.
That's what you said. Don't
said?
pin it on
She
her.
said that.
I played off of you.
Yeah.
It was an alley-oop.
Great minds think alike is another way
You
of
set
saying
up the
that.
dunk.
Great sports metaphor.
Yeah, really, Laura.
I'm in it. What were we talking about? All right, let's take a small break to thank one more sponsor, and we'll be right back with another question for Laura and Angela, and I guess Jake too. Thank you as well to MeUndies for sponsoring this episode.
Love 'em.
Just insanely comfortable.
Love them.
Just insanely stylish.
They're the best.
Underwear, outerwear for men and women.
The only underwear I own.
We just bought 15 pairs between the two of us last week.
Yeah.
We are actively using our own money. They stopped sending us free swag, which is fine. I get it. I understand
Actually,
because
it's not exactly trill.
we did buy them. I bought the zombie, which is the design of the month. Trunks.
That's what I wanted. I got a 10-pack, a surprise you pack.
Yeah.
I got some really good stuff in there. But
Surprise! No zombies.
Yeah. Hurt me.
They got
Hurt me.
They got sweat shorts, V-neck shirts, hoodies, hats, sunglasses, a bunch of stuff for men and women.
Oh, I also but their T-shirts are real dope. I bought three of their white tees.
Yeah, imagine how comfortable the underwear is, but on the rest of your body.
Yeah. On point, on fleek.
That's the goal.
Also, they did give us something free recently, so I shouldn't have put them on that last.
We just wanted more free. Yeah, we didn't get enough free.
I'm bad. Them.
So if you want to check it out, go to meundies.com/Amir or meundies.com/Jake, and that'll give you 20% off your first order and free shipping to the U.S. and Canada.
Come on.
So the price you see on the screen is actually higher than what you'll end up getting charged. I know there are some of you out there who still haven't checked it out. Please do check them out. It helps us out to show how convincing we can be as underwear salesmen.
Yeah.
Just in case this
Door to
podcast
door.
goes south, we have to go door to door selling MeUndies. So please, MeUndies.com/Amir or MeUndies.com/Jake. Thank you as well to naturebox.com for sponsoring this episode. One of our day ones, one of our faves. It's a subscription box snacking service. So you no longer have to go
always
to the
have my
store.
heart.
Yeah, you just don't have to shop. You don't have to shop for snacks anymore. You don't have to go to a grocery store and buy snacks that aren't necessarily the best for you. NatureBox has a huge snack catalog. You pick and choose the ones you want. Sriracha roasted cashews. They have dried fruit. They have salty snacks, sweet snacks, all the good stuff. And if you go to naturebox.com/ifiwereyou, you can check them all out. They'll know that we sent you, and I don't think you'll regret it.
No way.
It's fun to get snacks in the mail.
Yeah, you get food and it comes right to your door, and then you can eat it, and you'll be happy because it'll be good.
Yeah.
So that will happen if you do it.
This is when they pitch the idea. It's like basically the food will come and you'll eat it and you'll be happy.
And that'll
it's,
be all right.
Yeah, and it's in a box. It's fun to get stuff in a box because it's a little gift to yourself.
It's a little piece of nature.
So treat yourself to a natured box at naturebox.com/ifiwereyou. Let's mention once again, real quickly, our bonus Thursday episode brought to you by Ballpark
You don't
this
want to
Thursday.
thank anybody that bought Nature Box?
Oh, shoot. I totally forgot that part. If you buy Nature Box and forward us the receipt, we'll personally thank you next time we endorse Nature Box.
Yeah.
So, Jake,
These are the people that almost didn't get thanked by old Greg Blumenfeld, who wanted their money, but he didn't want to give them any credit. So, John Earl D., I thank you, and Amir would like to offer you a public apology.
I'm sorry.
Token T, I thank you. To you I say Toda, and Amir will publicly apologize.
I'm sorry, sir.
And Brian M., what an honor it is.
I apologize to him, too.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get back to the show. Oh, right. Thursday episode. Tweet at us. #tough and tender. We'll try to answer as many quick questions as
A
possible.
lightning round brought to you by Ballpark.
You got 140 characters or less to ask us pretty much anything. We'll try to get to as many as possible. Cool. Let's get back to the show. So, Laura and Angela, how many podcast episodes have you done at this point? Let's say it's the middle of October. For those of you who don't know, we were recording this in late February of 2012. So it's middle of October 2015.
We're
Is
also
there
in
podcast?
Russia.
Wait, what does it say at the top? It'll say the number.
I think you've done roughly 5 or 6 now.
Oh, that was number 11.
11 podcasts.
Okay, so
you
you're-
guys
you're
are
in the
on our
double-
number 11 podcast.
The Double Digit Club.
11's a good number.
What do you guys think so far?
It's so much fun.
It's pretty fun.
Do you guys like it?
Yeah, we're narcissists, so it's
Yeah.
fun to just talk all the
Although
time.
it is easy, like when you're sitting in a basement just talking to your friend, it's easy to forget that eventually this will be broadcast and
Right,
other
but it
people
goes to
will
a wide
hear the
audience.
things that you say, and they're there forever.
There's like so many times afterwards we're like, oh my god, did we say anything bad? What did I say bad? What did I say
Has
bad?
anybody come out and been like, hey, you were talking about me on that podcast?
Yes, and for Angela, her ex was like great.
I was going to listen to this one. It's just a big cycle of.
We don't want to get her in
All
trouble.
right,
again.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah, that was an unfair question. Did anybody get mad at you? Tell me about them.
Who's mad at you?
No, it's cool. We had like we did this like promotion for our book where if you bought our book and like sent us a receipt, we'd like do like a private phone call for like 10 minutes. So we had like a bunch of people that have done that, and it's been the coolest thing ever to actually
wow.
talk to people that are listening to our podcast, and we like call them on the phone or we've like Skyped with them, and
That's really
we're
cool.
like, oh my god, you're like a real human that like listens
Yeah.
to it, and they'll like ask us questions and reference things we've talked about in our podcast. That's been pretty amazing.
That's so cool. Yeah, for those of you who have not listened to any episode, Jake and I are in your last episode. See,
Yes,
after this episode, if you want more of the four of us talking,
Right.
highly recommend checking out This Is Why You're Single
what a
on
good time.
headgum.com.
Yeah, we give you guys a man-child quiz.
Yeah.
We find out if you guys are man children. We won't
Yeah.
give away the answer.
Yeah. If you want to find out who was the bigger man child, check it out.
Jake's currently sucking on a pacifier. Well, that's awesome. Thank you guys for even being on our network. We
Thank
like
you guys for
Thank you
asking
for
us. We were so
having us.
excited.
Oh, no doubt. You're
And
part
thank
of
you guys for being on the show today, all the way from Brooklyn.
Holy shit.
We flew all the way
traveled.
here just for this.
Yeah, you don't have 18 other meetings in Los Angeles, right?
No, we're turning right around and going home now.
Yeah.
How does our head...
We just pretended that we had a bunch of meetings so that we can come to your podcast.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever done a live show?
Oh yeah.
This
Oh
whole thing
well, we
stemmed
do a
from
live. We do a
show.
sketch show. Not like we've never done like you mean like a live podcast.
Yeah.
You guys are doing that
All
Yeah.
over the place.
all over the place. You're doing one. I don't remember. You plugged it on your last show, but now I don't remember the location.
Well, it might have already happened by the time this comes out. But yeah, we sometimes tour with the show, and it's really fun to like do it live and get like feel that energy of the crowd, get feedback instantaneously, and meet people after.
Yeah, that sounds cool. You're doing one
cool.
in February, right?
We are? Oh, in Santa Barbara?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We're doing one. We might be doing one in New York soon.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. We'll come to that.
Oh yeah, New York. We're doing a November show in Brooklyn.
I don't know if we've announced it yet, though. Well, I guess we just did.
Surprise.
Well, it's very vague right now. Clearly, we're not good at this yet. But whenever shows do get announced, you can check it out at ifwereyoushow.com if you're interested. Do you guys have time to answer one last bit of advice questions that we got?
Yeah, that's why we're in California.
Yes. This one is from a girl. Can we get a
Also,
fake-
we don't want to walk down like 100 stairs.
Yeah.
in your
Jake
house.
will carry you down. Do not worry
We
about
live in a
that.
tower.
Yeah, they live with like a castle up on a hill.
Yeah.
It's like 500 stairs to get here.
I haven't
but
left in
when
a
you
week.
do get here, it's a palace.
Yeah. I've gone downstairs and forgotten something and just been like, "Fuck it, I'll figure it out."
Usually New York is the one with the 6th floor walk-ups. Now we brought a little bit of that to Los Angeles.
Oh, that's a good way to look at
Beautiful.
Only the pizza here isn't as good.
it. Yeah.
And those are the only two differences.
And also, you don't live in a mansion in New York.
Right. This would lead up to a small apartment.
Right.
A studio.
All right. The question is called Texting with Boys. Do you have a fake lady name? Either of you?
Angela, go for it.
Texting with boys reminds me of riding in cars with boys starring Drew Barrymore. Let's call her Drew Barrymore.
Who's in this movie with Kevin Bacon? I've been dating this guy for about 2 weeks, and things are starting to get pretty serious, or so I thought. The first 2 weeks, we text back and forth all day long, and then all of a sudden, he just changed. Now, I'm lucky if I even get a good morning text. How come the second a guy thinks he's got you, he gets lazy and no longer puts the time to do stuff like check in throughout the day? My girlfriends told me that guys just don't like to text as much as girls. Should I take this as a sign that he's getting over it, or that he's just getting complacent? Help me read between his absence of lines.
Ooh, I like that. Very nice. Very well crafted email.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Short out of that.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore knows how to write.
Dang. So, what do you guys think? First,
This is why
first
I hate
thoughts.
texting throughout the day because it gets rid of all mystery and you can't keep that up.
I
Like people do that
totally
at the beginning
agree.
of a relationship and then like there's no way to keep it up and then you're going to really quickly feel like you've lost the momentum in the relationship and then also by the time you go on a date, yeah, you are kind of bored because you already know what they did all day because you were talking all day on GChat or texting. I'm like so against it and every
I'm
one of my
so
friends
against
does
it, too.
and
You
it
guys
drives
should
me crazy.
Get together.
I think everyone is against it, and people do it because they think the other person's into it, and nobody
They're not.
wants to
The
do it.
conversations get so boring so fast. You're like
Yes.
not that interesting
Well,
24 hours a day.
Yes.
Like no matter how interesting you think you are, you're not.
But it's also if you just met somebody and you're like excited about them, you're like,
Yeah, exactly.
thinking about them. I want to know what they're up to.
Keep-
So it's
keep
not
the
just out of
mystery.
obligation.
But that sets the precedent because at
It sets
first
the
you do
precedent.
like it's exciting to see that name
Yes.
in your phone. Holy
Right.
shit, I want to see it again. I'll nudge it again, and then it's like 3 months in. It's like, wait, you don't text me as much as you used to.
Yeah, and then you're like automatically going to feel like the relationship is like died down, but it's like maybe it hasn't. It's just you set this stupid precedent that
I'm
you
real
cannot keep
guilty
up.
of this. I would like 24 hours nonstop texting. like constant communication.
Yeah.
Never,
Well,
ever.
Like,
Even
I'm
when you're
all
just
about,
flirting.
like, an inside joke, or like if you've got like
Sure.
a funny video that you saw, whatever. Like, but like not throughout the day.
But
Like,
it's more
do not do it.
It's more exciting when you wait a little while, and it's even more exciting if the person disappears. Like I've been quote unquote ghosted, where the person doesn't respond, and my mind is like, holy shit. I'm thinking about this girl all the time now because she didn't get back to me for 1, 2, 3 hours, and I'm like, oh my god, what can I do? And it totally works.
I really
for
think that
whatever
like
reason.
girls work from like attention, but like guys work when they like don't know where you are. Like guys work. I'm not like articulating that. Like, but guys work
I got
from
you.
having no contact. Does that make sense?
The
Yeah.
guys get off to the
that
mystery.
fuels us.
Yeah, that fuels you, whereas
Right.
women get fueled by like more interaction.
Right. It's the same thing.
You're like more coal on the fire, and we're like suffocate the fire.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, we talk about it in our book. We say like girls.
What's the website again? We should say it at least one more time.
This is why you're singlebook.com.
Boom.
Love it.
So like girls also do that thing where they're like, I'm not hanging out with them tonight, but I'm gonna post a bunch of pictures on like Instagram and
Trying to
Facebook
make
of
him
what
jealous.
I'm doing, and he's gonna think I'm so interesting and fun, and he's gonna be like, no, I'm not wondering where you are. I know exactly where you are, and
then he gets
I don't
bored.
care anymore.
I wonder how many Instagram photos are meant for one person.
so many.
So many.
All of them. Borderline all of them.
There's not one where I want to keep my fans in the loop. It's always for one human. Look what I'm doing. Look how many likes. Look at the comments.
And look
stare
how
at
cool
them.
I am.
Yeah. It's like a little bit of a bragging thing.
And every time you like someone's photo, do you not feel like I just winked at her? I just kissed her
I
cheek.
gave her what she wanted,
I
which
just
is the double
confidently
tap.
walked through a crowded bar, caught her eye, and walked out with a really confident wave. That's what I think is happening
Yeah.
when I
And-
like someone's photo.
That's that push notification she gets.
Once you get that like you were waiting for, you're like, all right, and then you throw your phone in your purse, and you're like, I don't need to look at my phone again for like a
Right.
day.
I saw the name I like to
Yeah.
read. It's such a fun, exciting name to read from.
But so wait, this girl is saying the guy is sort of slowed up with the texting, and does that mean he's not interested anymore?
That's your fault, though. You shouldn't have been
No.
talking to him
Well,
all the
is it-
time.
I
is it that?
disagree.
Well, it's both their faults. They,
Yeah.
they both like went too hard, too fast.
Yes.
They set up a precedent. If somebody responds to you right away, you feel the need to get back to them right away. It
Mm-hmm.
feels weird to wait 3 hours. They respond instantly, and then you wait 3 hours again. They respond instantly.
And you like, there's always the thing like, well, he texted last. Like, I don't want to be rude and not text something back. But then, like, half the time, he didn't ask you a question. He was just like answering your question, and then you feel like, all right, I shouldn't be the last. I feel an obligation, and then it never ends.
Yeah,
Right.
I definitely try to err on the side of less. Like, if it's just a ha-ha, I don't respond.
Right.
Well,
That's
yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't count.
But then she's probably
the
really
opposite.
sad.
It's like shoveling coal onto the fire.
It can't be
I don't
enough.
like the train is going full speed towards a
So
ravine
you always
with no
have,
track.
You always have the last line.
Yeah.
But I disagree
That's
with
great,
that.
though.
I don't do
Eat
that.
that up. Oh my
women
God.
would love that.
Yeah, because I believe that most guys, it's like what she said in the email. Like, I really do believe that guys don't like to text as much as girls do, unless they're Jake.
Well,
So-
that's only in the beginning because, like, I've been whatever's happening to her right now, where like
Right.
they are dating, and once you're dating, then yeah, like, but I think it transitions to a more meaningful relationship, like that
Right.
transcends texting.
I
Like
agree.
now we're going to see each other later, so we'll have a conversation.
Right. And I also think, like, once you're in that stage where you're in a relationship, and if you're not hearing from that person as much as you would like to, you should feel comfortable enough to say something about it to him, not to your friends.
A good morning text is pretty intimate. Like, that's not a casual thing. I'm not texting a lot of people good morning.
But
Like,
I couldn't see why she would miss that because it's like this really sweet thing that you
Yeah.
This is the problem,
you
my
don't-
friend. Yeah, they say he used to text me good night.
Right.
He used to text me good morning, and then when it stops, you're so sad.
Right. It's not necessarily that you blame him. Like you do, the honeymoon period ends, but like it's sad to see it go. It's a little sad. I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to meet me at the bus stop. And there was a time when I was like, remember having this conscious thought, like, I will outgrow this. Like, I'm not sad that I don't want to be 16 years old and like have my mom running down the street to hug me. But at the same time, you're like, oh, it's going to be all right.
I guess this
But
is
at least
growing
you were
up.
aware. You were aware that it was going to end, which is what
Right.
a lot of people don't realize with the good morning texts.
Right. They're going to go away.
They're
And
gonna
it's
go
nice
away.
that they happened. And it cultivated a happy loving relationship, but there's got to be a next.
They shouldn't disappear completely, though.
That's fair.
I think, keep, like we say, you should always be courting. Texting is a part of courting.
ABC. Always be courting.
ABC.
That makes
Oh,
a
I
lot
like
of sense.
that.
But I guess the courtship sort of, it definitely peters out. When in the beginning, you're like 100% full steam. All you're thinking about is courting.
Yes.
And you should probably still think about courting, but inevitably
You can't keep up that rate.
No, you
It's
can't.
absolutely
No.
impossible to stay that obsessed with one thing, let alone a different human for that long.
Right. Well,
But
that's
Angela,
unhealthy.
you mentioned that if she's feeling like this, she should say something to him.
Yes.
Which that makes a lot of sense to me too.
I think she should, and she shouldn't say it through text.
And
Oh.
yeah, and she
should
shouldn't
say
be
it
like,
in
you used to
person.
do this and you used to do this and now you don't anymore.
Well, she should be careful how she says it.
Right.
Like, because you're talking about texting.
Also, it's only
It's
been
such
2
like
weeks,
a trivial
people.
thing.
2
Or I
weeks.
thought she said 3 months.
I've been dating this guy for 2 weeks. Yeah,
Oh.
the last one.
All right, wait a minute.
I feel like,
weeks were
we
this.
had a great conversation aside from this question.
Yeah.
Because 2 weeks he stopped texting you. I think maybe
I
actually.
think maybe he found another girl.
That quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know. 2 weeks.
Well, it's
I
hard.
would think it's still on.
Yeah, and I guess you can't really have that sit down chat after 2 weeks.
the
Like,
honeymoon-
things used to be so different 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What
that-
happened
Things
to
have
us?
changed.
Remember in early October? Now it's just the middle of October.
Yeah, exactly.
Where did we go wrong? But even 2 weeks is a lot to be texting all the time. Like, you can't keep that up, I don't
No,
think.
you cannot.
No.
I don't think it means that he's less into you, but maybe it does. It also doesn't not mean that.
Right.
So it's still sort of, it's not enough evidence, I would say. What
But
do
I guess
guys
if you
think?
missed the good morning text, maybe you just start sending him some good
What I want to know is,
morning
like, text aside, like, how is he in person?
That's important.
Oh, we haven't met.
Yeah, this is all through Tinder. So real quick, lightning round. Should I take this as a sign he's getting over it? I say no. Angela?
I say no, wait it out.
Yeah, I say no, that momentum can't sustain.
I don't think you could take it as a sign that he's over it. But
It's definitely not a good
proceed
sign.
with caution.
It's definitely not a sign that he's more into it.
It's definitely not a sign that he's more into. That's funny.
Cool. Guys, that's our time. But thank you for coming all the way to Los Angeles to be on our podcast.
Yeah, no problem.
And
This was so much fun.
what's the name of your show again, in case people want more? Laura
This
and
is why
Angela?
you're single on the Headgum Podcast Network.
Yes.
So many ways to find
It
it.
was fun to be your guest, and
Yeah.
thanks for being our cool bosses.
Thanks. I don't consider myself a cool boss. I consider myself an awesome boss. But yeah, if you have your own
Consider
questions,
myself a good boss.
if you have your own questions or your own theme song submissions, we start and end every episode with one. Send it all to ifiwereyoushow@gmail.com. The opening one was written by Austin Archer. Remember that dude from New York City? And this closing one was written by a lady named Jess. Jess Momo. She wanted me to shout out her YouTube channel, but she says it's pronounced Mau Mau, and a space between Jess and the MOMO show. Jess space MOMO show, pronounced
so much
Mau
traffic
Mau.
heading your way.
Enjoy it. Thank you for the theme song. Thanks again to Laura and Angela for stopping by. We'll be back soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Today I don't feel like doing anything. I guess I'll listen till the pinch and a smear. From suicide at a coffee shop to a hand job at a bus stop. Get ready for advice from these Jews. This is If I Were You. If I were you. Podcast starts now.
That was a HeadGum podcast.